Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am Genevieve Portarques, and today I will be going to discuss a new topic. To start with, good afternoon, class. Ms. Lanaban, please lead the prayer. Okay, let's proceed. Ms. Ortiz, how many are absent for today's meeting? Kindly write your names and give it to me after our session so that I can mark them absent in the record. Thank you. Okay, before we proceed to our lesson this afternoon, I want you to know and follow my house rules. I only have three, and the first one is listen attentively. When I am talking or discussing, I want you to listen carefully because I will be asking questions from time to time. And secondly, very important, respect. I am sure that you know that respect begets respect. So if you want to be respected, show respect to others first. When someone is called to answer, I want you to listen and respect their answers. I do not tolerate bullies here. Also, do not interfere unless you are called. Am I understood? Very good. Finally, the third one is, please mute your microphone unless you are called to answer or to speak. We are doing an online class here since we are facing pandemic, and we know that there are already a lot of limitations and hindrances like slow internet connection, application errors, delays, and many more. So the very last thing that I want is for you to interrupt my class because of your responsibility. Am I understood? Very good. Now, we are done with the Unit 2, Module 4. So I suppose that you all understand the previous lesson. I want to make a little recap on the topic. Miss Achilles, what is mole? Very good, Miss Achilles. Also, mole is the SI unit to express the amount of a substance. Now, Mr. Manao-Panao, what is molecule? Very well said, Mr. Manao-Panao. Also, molecule is the simplest unit of a substance that retain its physical chemical properties, and you all are right. It may be composed of one kind of atom or two or more kinds of atom bonded together. Okay, Miss Gula, what is the formula in getting the percentage of mass of an element? Very good. Again, the formula in getting the mass of an element is mass of an element in a compound over the mass of the compound times 100%. Alright, since you already have understood our previous lesson, I have an activity, or should I say a game for you. The title of this game is called What Am I? I have prepared a riddle and I will give you 30 seconds to read and analyze it, and whoever gives me the correct answer will have a gift or a reward. So, are you all ready? Very good. So here it is. Oh, I see, Miss Manuel, that you raised your hand. What's your answer? Volcano. Alright, let's find out if you got the right. The correct answer is volcano. Congratulations, Miss Manuel. Did you have fun? Very good. Now, class, based on the activity we have conducted earlier, what do you think is our topic this afternoon? Miss Lasha? Exactly, Miss Lasha. You're very observant. Our topic this afternoon is all about volcanoes. But before we proceed to our lesson proper, let us first read our objectives for this lesson. May I call Mr. Galiaga to kindly read our objectives? Thank you. Now, class, look at these pictures. How can you describe them? What is your idea about volcanoes, Mr. Lacabo? Excellent, Mr. Lacabo. For additional information, a volcano is an opening of the Earth's crust through which lava, volcanic ash, rocks, and gases escape. It is where our Earth streams off the overwhelming heat inside. Imagine if you boil a water inside a clothespan. Kanang walay makagawas na init bisag gamay nga space. Imagine what could happen to the pan if the heat inside reaches its peak but there's nowhere to escape. The pan will surely burst off due to too much heat and pressure inside. Now, imagine if there were no volcanoes to serve as vents to release the heat inside the earth. It would be the end of us. The Earth's core has the temperature ranging from 5,000 to 7,000 degrees Celsius. I can't even imagine how hot it is. So that is what a volcano is, a vent to release the Earth's heat. Alright, now class, what do you think is the importance of volcanoes? Aside from what I have discussed earlier, any other idea about how volcanoes important? Yes, Miss Absubi. Can you give me one? Very well said, Miss Asubi. How about Miss Manuel? Excellent, Miss Manuel. Now class, here are some importance of volcanoes that some of us don't know yet. First, the energy has been tapped for geothermal power plant. As we all know that Philippines is the home of 100 volcanoes. Few are active and many are inactive. We make use of it by making geothermal power plants to provide electricity to thousands of households. According to the Department of Energy, 14.4% of the country's total power generation is produced from geothermal energy. And also, Philippines ranks second in the world's production of geothermal energy. Moreover, the electricity from geothermal energy is cheaper than any other sources. Next, we have cooling of the Earth's internal surface. We have discussed it earlier that volcanoes are very important to cool off the Earth. They are the way to release and lessen the gradually increasing heat of Earth's interior. The third one is volcanoes make soil fertile. So the eruption of Musan volcano in Bukidnon in 1867 produced very rich farming years. Volcanic ashes are high in soil nutrients, thus making farming soil very fertile for vegetation. So next, volcanoes provide habitat to wild animals. Since the soil in the vicinity near volcanoes are very fertile, trees and other plants are abundant. These plants serve as habitat to some animals like birds. So according to research, Mayon volcano has habitat of 104 species of land vertebrates, including 57 species of birds, 10 species of amphibians, 24 species of reptiles, and 13 species of mammals. So the next on the list, we have decreases the Earth's temperature. Now, Mr. Lacabo, how do you think do volcanoes decrease Earth's temperature? Very good. So did you know that Mount Pinatubo eruption in 1991 decreased the global temperature for almost 2 years? The strong winds during its eruption spread the ashes around the globe. Pinatubo released a large amount of ash to the atmosphere and it shaded the incoming solar radiation, reducing the Earth's global temperature by about 1 to 2 degrees Celsius. After the eruption, volcanic ash deposits were as much as 660 feet or about 200 meters thick. So people took the chance to be creative by making paths out of the ashfall. So you see, volcanoes, though they sound scary, but if you choose to understand the things, you'll know that they are indeed serves a beautiful, valid purpose. Alright. Do you have any question, class? So I guess, wala? Okay, let's proceed. Apart from those advantages that we learn from volcanoes, of course, the dangers they brought is not new to us. Mr. De La Cruz, can you give me one of the disadvantages of volcanoes to human life? Very good, Mr. De La Cruz. As what Mr. De La Cruz said, volcanic eruption can result to destruction of properties and loss of lives. Alright, any question, clarification? Shall we proceed, class? Okay. Class, a volcano has three main parts. Can you give me one, Miss Ortiz? Or if you know all the three parts, much better. Very good, Miss Ortiz. Alright, the volcanoes have summit, the highest peak, or the highest part or the peak. They also have slope and a base. These three common parts of volcanoes can be noticed to all types of volcanoes. Okay, we have three different pictures of volcanoes. I want you to describe the first picture, Miss Gutierrez. Okay, well said, Miss Gutierrez. Now, how about the second picture, Miss Gula? Very good, Miss Gula. How about the third one, Miss Sarabia? Excellent, Miss Sarabia. Now, class, I want you to know that there are three main types of volcanoes. These are shield volcano, composite cone or the stratovolcano, the cinder cone volcano is the third one. So, but before we proceed to describing the three types of volcanoes, let us first discuss the factors that affects the viscosity of magma for us to understand more how these three types differ from one another. We can't really describe them enough without knowing why they behave like that. Am I understood? Alright, let us first define viscosity. Viscosity is the property of materials' resistance to flow. It is also described as the liquid thickness or the stickiness. It means that the more nga taas ang viscosity sa liquid, the more siya ka-sticky. Now, one of the factors that affects the viscosity of magma is the magma's temperature. The higher the temperature of magma is, the lower its viscosity. This means that when magma exits its volcano's vent, the lava begins to cool down. It also begins to be sticky and harden. Just imagine nga nag-caramelize mo og sugar. You will notice nga samtang init pa kaayo ang melted sugar, watery pa siya. Then as it begins to cool down, hinay-hinay pud siya og ka-sticky. The soon after nga mauga na siya, ing-ana sad ang lava. So the second factor is the chemical composition of magma. So magmas with high silica content are more viscous than those with low silica content. Silica makes magma viscous. This means that those volcanoes with free-flowing lavas have low silica content. Are you following? Okay, very good. Now, the third one is amount of the dissolved gases. The loss of gases, mainly the water vapor, makes magma more viscous. Those lava with high amount of dissolved gases tend to be less viscous. Did you understand, class? Any questions? Okay, let's proceed. Look at this diagram. This is the image of the lava with less silica content. It is free-flowing or watery, and they can travel great distances. Now, the second picture is a lava with high silica content. It is too viscous to travel far. It can flow but not far like the first picture. The next image is the lava with low amount of gas and high silica content. This lava is very viscous, and that the very time it goes out the crater, it hardened. Finally, the last one, this lava has low amount of gas, means that its viscosity is also high. As a result, it piles up in the vent, forming a dome. Any question about the diagram, class? Okay, let's proceed. Let us now discuss the three main types of volcanoes. First, we have the shield volcano. Mr. Gregory, kindly read the description of the shield volcano. Thank you, Mr. Gregory. So this is the image of the shield volcano. As you can see, the lava flows freely down its base. What do you think is the reason for this, Miss Gonzalez? Very well said, Miss Gonzalez. Of course, the reason is because shield volcano contains high Of course, the reason is because shield volcano lava is high in temperature, very low in silica, and with low gas content. Shield lava can travel great distances. In fact, the longest known for lava flow in the history traveled 40 kilometers. The temperature of lava flow is usually about 700 degrees to 1250 degrees Celsius. Lava flow is the reason why they have a broad profile. And the reason why they are called shield volcano is because they look like a shield. They are typically short but broad. As you can see in this picture, shield volcano has a single vent, a tube-like structure where magma passes through, and as you can notice, its slope is formed from hardened lava flow. So next we have the composite cone or the stratovolcano. Kindly read the description, Ms. Soria. Thank you. Composite volcanoes are characterized by an almost perfect cone-shaped structure and are typically tall. A very perfect example is our Mayon volcano. If shield volcano has lava flow, composite volcanoes have pyroclastic flow or the ashes. These ashes can travel for about 10 to 15 kilometers, but sometimes up to 100 kilometers. But at rare times, it can affect globally, just like what happened during Pinatubo eruption in 1991. Its temperature is in between 200 degrees Celsius and 700 degrees Celsius. Composite volcano also ejects lava, but it is more viscous than that of shield volcano, and it never travels from far from its base. So look closely at this picture. As you can see, composite volcano has the main vent. This vent has branches where lava also escapes. The reason why composite volcano is called stratovolcano is that they have strata or layers of ash and lava. Since its lava has high viscosity, it settles and its slope or summit gets accumulated together with ashes and over time, adding to the volcano's tall profile. Question, class? Alright, let's proceed. The last but not the least type of volcano is the cinder cone. Mr. Segovia, kindly read the description. Thank you. As the description suggests, cinder cones are the simplest and the most common type of volcanoes. They are characterized by having cone-shaped structures, a short profile but not as short as shield volcanoes. They also have large calderas. Caldera is different from crater. Crater is smaller than caldera. Caldera formed when parts of volcano's crater or wall collapse during an explosive eruption. They are called cinder cone because they eject cinders, or mostly common known as igneous rocks. As you can see in the photo, this red fireworks-like thing going out of its caldera are rocks, nagabagang na mga bato. So the diagram below shows the internal structures of cinder cone. As you can see, just like shield volcano, cinder cone has single vent, and its body was mainly made from fine ashes and cinders. Question, class, clarifications, violent reactions. Okay. Now, I have here an evaluation. I want you to get across 1/2 crosswise sheet of paper and answer the following questions. You have 5 minutes and time begins now. So time is up. Now look at this slide. I have here your assignment, and I want you to take photo or screenshot this slide. And also I have provided a rubric on the next slide. Take a photo of it as well, so you have a guide. So, alright, that's all for today. Advanced study on the types of volcanic eruptions. Goodbye, class.